All right, guys. Yeah, on this video, we're going to be discussing about themes. Yeah, the initial video we talked about plugins. This very video is going to be about themes. What are themes? Uh, these themes actually they design the appearance or layout of your website. And how do you locate that? Remember, I told us that we are not here to code. We are here to use what is already existing, or here to use templates to build what we want. If we are to go into coding, you will require programming like development or whatever knowledge before you can be able to build whatever it is that you want. But since we are using CMS, like management system, just like I explained in the previous video, where we tried to differentiate between uh, how coding and non-coding. So here we want to use themes and templates to build what we want. So you go to appearance here. If you click on appearance, you see themes. So you select what themes. Can you see? These are different templates that if we activate our site, it's going to be showing them. Now we'll be able to see something on our site because of what? Because there is a follow come theme already on the site. There's a follow come theme on the website. As I just open this site now, let's see. Can you see? The site now is showing all this because there's a theme proudly by, you can see it's because there's a theme. If there's no theme, nothing here is going to show. And this is uh the follow come theme. The moment we install Elementor, this is the theme that I installed. You can switch to these other ones and they will show up. Now we want to install a theme. How do we install a theme? You can search for a theme here, or you create to add a new theme. So since they will have only three themes here, what I want us to do is to add new theme. So I'll click on add new. The moment I click on add new, you can see we can upload a theme directly from, if we have the software in a zip file, just like we had some here. Let me show you some here. What we mean by zip files. Can you see these themes here? These are zip files. So you can upload them like this to your site, or you just select the ones that are available here. Remember, themes are not always free. Let me show you what we mean by this theme. Let's go to uh, theme forest. Let's go to theme forest so that I will show you what we mean by these themes. So on this theme forest, you see different themes, different templates that have been designed by people who have ideas about coding. And these are Envato themes. So now you can see these are WordPress themes, e-commerce templates, site templates, and so on. So if you check this, if you click on this WordPress themes, you can see we have different themes here. We have different themes here. Can you see? These are different themes. This one is going for how much? About $19. It's going for $44. It's going to $27, which is more of a crypto WordPress theme and the rest. So you can search for the kind of theme you would want to use on your site. And if you have the funds to purchase them, you can buy them and use. But if you know how to design any website from scratch, you can just design, you are into coding, you can just design from scratch and you are good to go. So that's that about this theme. So now let's go to our website and install a theme. We are going to be installing Astra. Astra is what I want us to install for this very site. So if you look here, you can see this is Astra. If you can't find it here, you can click on the search here. Just click on search here to find Astra. There are other themes. You can use as many themes as possible, but for this course, I'm going to use Astra. So this is Astra. So I'll click on what? Install. You can preview it to see how this Astra looks. You can preview it to see how it looks. Can you see? This is the look of the Astra. It's very beautiful. Can you see? Very friendly and appealing. So I'm going to click on what? Install. I'm going to click on this install. The moment I click on this install, it's going to install and I'll be able to activate it. So let's give a few minutes. Okay, it's successfully installed. So let's click on activate now. Click on activate. So you can see it has been activated. It has been activated. So our team has been activated. So the next thing is what? To customize your team. To customize your team so that it fits in to what you want on your website. But then we are not doing it yet. We are going to be doing that later. But let's just try to understand more about what we are doing before we can proceed into okay, let's just go on. Let's just go on. Let's just go on. You can see if you look to your left hand side here, initially it was just themes and one other option, this theme file editor. But now that we inserted a theme, you can see we have customized widgets. So let's look into this customize and see what we have here. So if you click on customize, it's going to open. Now let's visit our website now and see if there's any difference after we would have installed theme. Can you see something has changed? And if you look down here, you can see copyright at 2023 cheap offers powered by Astra WordPress team. You can see something has changed on the site, even though there's nothing on the site yet, because we have not added a template. We have not chosen, we have not customized it. That's why it's blank. And we are going to be doing that definitely. So on the WordPress, okay, if you click on customize, it's going to take you here. So here you can see that this is how your site is appearing. And on the left hand side here, you can change your theme if you want, but we don't want to change. And there are more options for the pro version. We don't want to go to this place. Here is where our interest is lying. So here, while working, you can be working and be optimizing for your mobile device. This is a desktop view. So if I click here, you discover this is how a tablet will look like. If you click here, this is how a mobile phone will look like. And if you click here, you see other options. So this is how a mobile, so as you're designing, you pay attention to all of this so that you don't just design and it favors just one device. So on the global, if you click on global now, you see typography. You can select how the kind of this thing format. This is more like customizing your font. You can customize the particular font that will appear on the body. You can customize the particular headings that you'll be using. You can make your heading font maybe H1 or anyone. You can edit it. This is where you edit to make. Remember, we are customizing. So whatever you do here is what is going the website is going to be obeying. So if you have a particular font for your brand or a brand has a particular font, that's where to go to. If you have a particular color for your brand, this is where to select your brand colors. You can see site background, you have a particular color, content background, you have a particular color. So that's how to go about this. Accent color, links color, heading color, body text, borders. So that's what you do. But whatever you are doing, anytime you are done, ensure you click on publish so that it will save. Then if you look at container here, you can see on container, you can see this is the container layout. But then you can explore this and see how it comes. But I'm not advising you to do anything, to just leave the default one that comes because you're going to be using themes. So all of these have been done, designed on our team. It's just for us to just edit them to our taste. So buttons, if you click on buttons, you can see if you want your button to be this shape, you leave it this way. If you want your button to be this shape, you leave it this way. If you want it this way, you can see you can add color of the button, like the text color of the button, the background color of the button, the border color of the button. You can do this by what? You click on this, the normal color, and this is the hover color. What we mean by normal color now is if I select this blue now, you can see blue has been activated. If you look here, you can see blue color is showing there. If I want a hover color now, it means I want something to appear as soon as people try to click. So look to my right hand side now and see what is going to happen. Where I want to click home. Okay, okay, it's not showing yet. Okay, can you see? The moment I brought this here, the moment I brought this here, it's changing color from black to what? Because it's a link. That's what hover means. Though this has not taken effect, but that's what hover means. Background color, if I add any background color now, that's what is going to show on our button. If I click on hover now, that's what's going to show on the background color of that very button. So the border color now, I can decide to just put maybe something like this. I'm just doing this. Hover, I don't want any hover. I can click on publish, and that's what's going to appear. Can you see? It's not working here because nothing is happening. I don't want anything to happen. I just want to explain what this means. When we start working properly, you understand this better. But now just get the basis. So padding, these are more of, maybe you have a particular padding you want to customize your site on. That's that. Border width, border radius, these are customized this thing to your site, settings to your site. But for now, we just want to get an insight of them. Scroll to the top. You can see enable scroll to the top. I can deactivate it and they will not be able to scroll to the top. You can see design. So if I activate it now, people will be able to scroll to the top. And I can activate the particular desktop I want it to display on. You can see it's on default. The default is desktop and mobile. Position always to the right. That's to what? Scroll to the top. That's what this is saying. So you will understand this better with time, but just get it now. Icon size. Maybe you want to add a particular size to your icon. This is where you set it. And once you are done, always click on what? Publish. Then the next thing here is what? Accessibility. Site accessibility. Yes, activate it because you want people to see your site. Global highlight site, how you want it to be highlighted. You can just leave this default one. No need to stress yourself. Then block editor, you can see, leave it. Except you want to understand more, you can go deeper. Just leave this. That's what you need for this part. Then once you are done, always click on publish. Then go back. This is just global. This is header. On header now you can see this is our header. This is site logo and this primary menu. What this means is site logo, look at it here. Then primary menu, look at it here. So this is the position of how you want your site, your header, that is head of the site to look like. So if I don't want it there, I can decide to bring this here and keep it here. It means the logo is going to be at the center. Can you see this? So it depends on how you want. Depends on how you want. For my desktop view, we are on a desktop view. We are on a desktop view. So this is how I want it. But let's go to our mobile view and see what happens. For my mobile view, I may want it in a different format. I may want it at the middle of my uh, phone. So if you're able to scroll up, you discover that the site logo is going to be at the center here. But all of this, you are not doing them, mate. We just want to understand. Then you can see toggle button. You can see toggle button is here. That's because we switch to our phone. So back you can see primary. You can just check between the different types of phone and understand how this ones work and just play around them and see their effects. So that's that about header builder. Breadcrumb. Do you need this? No, ignore it. If you want to learn it, you can learn more about it, but for now, we don't need it. Then blog, you can see this is where you control what happens on your blog. You want a single post, you can set up how a single post will look like, post title, how the layout should be, how the design should be. You can set it here and that's that. Then here is your page. You want to set your page, you can see almost similar to what we just said about the post. You can set the title, set the layout to which you want it to present on the different devices. Always work with these three devices. Always work. Then sidebar, you can see these are sidebars, the kind of layout. You can select the width and the rest. If you upgrade Astra or yes, Astra, you'll be able to get access to other features. That's what they were trying to say. Footer here, we had header, now is footer. You can see our copyright here. This is it. It's showing here. If I take it to the left hand side, you discover this will move. But it can't happen because Okay, can you see I just moved it to this side now? Let's see, can you see? Just moved. So someone has already designed this. Ours is just to be what? Touching them, touching them, touching them, and do editing to what is already existing. So anytime you are done, always publish. Always publish so that you don't lose your work. So that's that about this part of what customizing. So I don't want this video to be long. I don't want this video to be long. Let's see if we can still discuss more, or we just proceed into. Okay, let's go into widgets. On widgets, you discover that, yeah, you can see this is widgets. This is more on your posts and other informations, how they are going to display. If you look down here, you can see your main side as a sidebar. You can add label to them. You can see posts, how they display. Can you see archives, categories, header, how they will display, footer. So if you go to your site now, what we mean by, okay, I think we'll get to that. So at the bottom of your page, you see some buttons, you see some links, you see some things. That's what this widget is actually referring to. So since we'll be using template will be coming with their widget. So there's no point trying to understand all of this. So next one is menus. So on these menus now, what do we mean by menus? Now you can see we don't have any menu here. We don't have any menu here. You can create a menu. So I want to create a menu now, like primary menu. So I'll click on what? Create. And you see I already have a primary menu. So I can decide to create uh okay, what am I doing? Since this was supposed to be okay, you can see these are the different pages. I can decide to add this to my primary menus. Add. Can you see? So my home page is going to be what? This is a front page. My home page is going to be my home. My home page is going to be main. Then about us is another page. So I can select these two now, or I will just rearrange them how I want. Can you see? You can rearrange them with any format you want. And if I'm done, I can click on save. So this menu is what is going to be appearing at the top of your website. Can you see? About us is first. But let me refresh because I changed it from first there from about us to home. Let's see if this is going to change. There is no change. Is that so? Let's go back and do it. Let's see. Did we save the menu? Saved. Front page, the other page. Let's see. Okay, let's just skip it. We'll still get to that point. Let's just understand how it works. So that's that for this video. For this additional CSS, just skip it. You don't need it. You can see we explained this user already. These tools, it's where you can maybe you want to order available, you want to import something, you want to export site health, export personal data, erase personal data. These are some of the tools. We may explain that in any of the video, but let's just stop this one for here.